All right, today we are going to install the Laydown license plate for my Lowrider S. Pretty much any Softail with the license plate that's standing straight up. This is not the Kuryakyn version, this is the eBay version, as I didn't want to spend $80 on it. This was only $40. It was rated very well. I went ahead and tried it. Comes with all the mounting brackets and all the hardware you need. To remove the old one, you'll need 11mm and a screwdriver possibly. More than likely the nuts will just come off with the just holding the screw. You more than likely would want to use a stubby 11mm socket, but you can do it with the wrench as well. The bolts comes with all the mounting hardware, the 3 bolts. They go in here with the 5mm Allen key, which is definitely recommended to use metric, not standard. A 10mm wrench or ratchet, whichever you decide to use. Comes with the lock washers, 3 bolts. Comes with the rubber spacer to mount this between the fender from keeping from scratching. Comes with the frame bolts with a 4mm to screw it down to the plate and hold the license plate in. Let's get to install. To get these bolts out right here may be a little tricky. We'll remove these 2 first, and then we'll remove those. I may not even need to use a screwdriver. I'm able to hold it with my finger to get those bolts out, and I'll show you those bolts right now. All right, it'll be those 3 bolts right there. Remove the bottom 2 next to each other, and then get the top one. Take our 11mm and loosen the bolts underneath. I'm gonna hold the bolt and just release it. There's the bolt. Careful your rear fender. And there's the small little screw. We will not be reusing these. We'll be using the ones that actually come with the kit. So we'll put them off to the side. Bolt and nut number 2. With that second one removed, this piece becomes real loose. You can take it off. I'm gonna take it off so I don't scratch the paint. Same 11mm, just loosen that bolt, and that takes the spacer and bracket off. And now you can get to the screw itself for the other one. Now you just take your 11 and you just hold that. That's how I did the other 2. I didn't even need the screwdrivers. All right, try not to move the bracket because it'll scratch the paint. Just remove your nut and pull right off and put it all back together so it stays together. And now make sure you clean this off because you'll never be under it again. Yeah, just make sure when you're doing this, if you can see, these go long ways left and right, and this one goes long ways up and down, just for directional purposes, so it lines up perfectly. Now set this on your fender and be careful that you don't scratch it. And what I like to do is put all 3 bolts in there so it will stay and not move around. Now I'll go ahead and put the nuts on the bolts. Now with all 3 nuts started, we'll go ahead and tighten down the bolts themselves. All right, just tighten them down where they're snug. It's got the lock washer, so it'll hold it. Don't need no Loctite. Now that's mounted. Let's go ahead and put the trim ring on. All right, with the trim ring, the piece that's slid out goes on the bottom. All right, with all those installed, just snug them down with your license plate in there. That's how you install the curved license plate. Pretty simple. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, the quality seems very top notch, I'll say. For 40 bucks versus 80 bucks, I'll do this one any day. It's got about 1.5 inches to 2 inches in between the fender and the actual license plate, but it's better than sticking straight up like the other one. So, but that is the eBay special. I'll put a link down below. You can pick it up. If I find one on Amazon, I'll have the link there as well. Check out my other links as well for all the parts that I've installed on this one and what I installed on my Sportster as well. If you like the video, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit that bell notification so you know when I'm putting the next part on or next ride. But guys, remember, ride safe, ride something, and we'll catch you on the next one.